installing it. Hey guys, welcome back. That was my Chris Fix voice, but hey guys, welcome back to the Feroz Moto channel. It's your host Ryan. Today we have the opportunity to drive an awesome car. If you guys don't know, this is the GR Corolla. This is an amazing little hot hatch that recently came onto the market. This is a 2024 model from my friend John, and it's given us the opportunity to drive it. So some quick and key things about it. Of course, we have that turbocharged 3-cylinder motor making around 300 horsepower with some limited slip differentials all in the front and rear. We have different abilities for different drive modes with ability to tune the drivetrain to how much power goes to the front and rear. But overall, I absolutely love this package. My neighbor Eric has one in the Circuit Edition. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. He recently just got this guy, so we're going to give it a go. It's running some Pilot Sport 4 tires. I think it's perfect for, you know, that perfect amount of rain and regular daily driving grip with stock alignment, everything pretty much off the showroom floor. So we're going to hop in and give it a drive. So I'll let you guys know how it goes with some interior impressions. So now we are in the seat. We are inside of this vehicle, this little pocket rocket beast. I think it looks like a bulldog, which is so cool. And here we have the owner, John. Say hi.
Hello.
Hey guys, so we're gonna hop in and give it a go. I know immediately people always like to say the interior is not that nice in these, and I must say I don't think that is truly the case. I do know it's like a Corolla interior, but all the touch points and everything feel purpose-built, rugged, and built for a purpose. Recently John had a Integra A-Spec vehicle, and he traded that in for this guy. So what are some of your thoughts? Yeah, both stick models. So what are your immediate thoughts with the change?
Well, at first I was like, maybe, definitely interior's not as great, but then once you step on the gas, you forget about it.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. So how do I turn off? So you're saying the rev match is
on button, IMT.
So now it's off.
Yes.
So now it's all me. Should be fine. So
track mode.
Yep, I just changed it to 3070. That's the track mode, right?
Track is push.
Oh,
for
cool.
50/50.
50/50. All right, so we're gonna give it a shot in our land of what we like to call the. How do I put the seat up a little bit?
Oh, the pump like up and down on the front.
Not that one. Do you mind pushing it back, Zach? Okay, we have an Integra Type S that just popped up to join us in the party, and we'll try our best to get a review of that as well. So let's just kick it off and give it a go.
Good with the height?
I think so, yeah. Did you just stall? All right, so we're gonna keep on going. I wanna say, first of all, the dash layout is kind of somewhat perfect. I love how much information it gives you on the display. You have the G meter on the right, our temperatures on the left, our gear indicator and speed with a light up tack in the front. Is there a way to change the gauge? I remember there's like a track mode or something. Is that only
so
GR?
If you go to sport and then it'll change.
Ho-ho, so now we're in the sport tachometer mode and we're gonna give it a shot. And we'll see how it goes. So yep, with the clutch grabbing from the top, it's a little different. I'm gonna have to get used to, but we'll see how it goes. You guys ready? Ready?
Yeah, ready.
Got a really nice cool fuel cut at the top, but overall it feels really nice. I'm gonna have to get used to that clutch let off since it does grab from the top versus what it does immediately with the 121 of the BMWs, but overall it feels great. So me, like I say, this chassis and size feels super solid. I have not driven many front wheel drive or all wheel drive cars, so having that feeling of all 4 tires really turning and pushing is so cool. All sides like to claw out together as we're going throughout these turns, and it just feels so tight. Coming from that 1 Series that I just drove, I definitely want to say this feels a lot more buttoned down. Could be possibly due to how it's putting power down in these turns, but it just feels so good. These tires are, like I said, the Pilot Sport Season 4s or the PS4s, just PS4s. Yes. And I think they're doing a great job. The steering feels so direct. Wow. I see what they're saying. I see what they're saying, man. This feels so good. Just wants to roll over and go in. Not too much body roll, of course, but this turbo just feels so strong. Definitely a nice surgy motor as it's going through with the revs. We'll do a rev match to see how it feels. Okay, just want to give a bit more throttle there. It's not as immediate compared to the other cars. But wow, man, wow. I'm actually very impressed and blown away. I can see myself driving it. It just feels so fun and fast. The way you're just in a turn and start applying throttle, it just does it so progressively as it's clawing you out of these turns. And the steering is very, it talks to you a lot, actually. I think it weights up really nice in these turns. Oh man, you got yourself quite a car here, man. Compared to the Integra Type S I was driving, of course that's front wheel drive, but this being in the track mode, it feels really solid in its power delivery as it goes out. Of course, with that being just directly front wheel drive and this being a bit of both, does a good job in just constantly moving and pushing out. I'm used to always fighting the rear of my car by having so much power, and I think this has made it up perfectly. And this is by no means slow. I know people say 300 horsepower, blah, blah. I don't know if many people say actually that, but compared to what we see now with modern cars and their numbers, it's ridiculous how much power they're really pushing out. With a car as light as it is, around, I believe, what, 3,200 pounds?
Yeah, 3,300.
3,300. This is plenty of juice. And it's funny because compared to what the 1 Series was, it's kind of in the same package, around the similar weight, similar amount of horsepower in that twin turbo or single turbocharged inline 6. This has half the cylinders and it's pushing out all this boost in response. Wow. I was a fan, but now I'm a super fan. What can I say? The shifter feels really nice and mechanical as it goes into the gates. This is not the Mariza one, right? The base knob?
No, that's just the base.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people like this one more than the others. Okay, yep, just got to give a little more throttle into those shifts, and it does a good job in rev matching there, but it does fall on its face a little bit once it gets to the top. I think you get a lot of that surgy, torquey mid-boost in the area as it revs to redline, which is around 7,000 RPM, but you cannot complain. Dude, I'm telling you, dude, all these squirrels just want to die. They all have a death wish today, but especially in today where it's not the perfect conditions and you just get to really just let this car eat. Oh man, guys, like, oh baby, I love that. And a nice tight hairpin, you just feel all that rally inspired feeling come right out as it's pushing you out of those turns with all that torque that comes from this motor. I'm really blown away. The amount of power and the delivery it does, I would not expect it to be this smooth. I know it does have a little bit of that torque dip and everything as you're shifting through gears as it's dropping out of boost, but overall it does a great job in giving you all the power where you need it when you're in the right rev range, of course. What are you thinking as a passenger so far?
It's good.
Yeah, it's really freaking good, man.
I gotta say though, I'm not used to, so it has kind of a linear torque curve. Yes. Whereas the Integra, it
more boosty, right?
Up to like 1,500, 2,000 RPM.
Yes. But I think just the big thing is just the chassis just feels like a tight little box, and the steering is so one-to-one with that. I'm sure with a better tire, you could really chunk this thing around. I just love that short wheelbase feeling. I know I say a lot of cars feel like a go-kart, but with the, the rear axle and do another one. But with the rear axle and everything being where it is, it just feels so natural when you start pushing it. Get a little bit of slide out if you're on a little too early on power there. I'm just trying to be deliberate now with my inputs to see how I can really push this guy out, and I definitely want to say it feels super safe at the limit. If that, you're just going to be pushing this guy. I know with the short wheelbase and everything, you could possibly, spin it around like a little turtle, but you have to be really cooking it and doing some major driver mistakes or errors. But it has a really nice red line as it gets to the top. I think the exhaust and induction down does a great job in keeping you engaged. We have the windows down and it gives you plenty of noise. Comes with that tri-spoke exhaust as we saw in the exterior walk around. I think it does a really good job. I've heard some other exhausts go on the car and it kind of makes it a bit more too boy racy for me. I think this is just a perfect blend of just giving you all that, guttural, sound and emotion that you want from a car like this. So, going over all the rally elements in this vehicle. Oh man, just so good. You see all the G's we're pulling in these turns as we're going through. Brakes feel really solid. Nice progressive pedal. I don't think this is brake by wires. It's still the original and regular mechanical stuff, but I am a huge fan, guys. Let me know if you have one of these down below or are considering one of these. I am definitely on the market. I've been seeing a bunch of white ones and I think they just look so cool with that white, black, and carbon fiber difference in accents. Butchered that shift. Yeah, definitely gonna get used to giving a bit more throttle in those shifts, but let me try the intelligent manual transmission and see how those rev matches do. With the car being so high, you would think that it would feel a bit more awkward or unnatural, but I must say I think it actually does a very good job. I know we are so high, but the way this car just handles and yaws itself, it feels very confidence inspiring. I feel like I could push this a bit better and harder than what I had in Bartley's 135. Also could be just having more tire. I believe he's on 235, 265. This is what, 265 all around?
For the tires?
Yeah.
235.
Oh wow, so it is 235s all around. Interesting.
Yeah, the Mariza edition has the 245s, which is the accurate one for the speedometer.
I see.
So this reads 2 miles per hour slower at like 60.
A little fun fact there. All right, let's see how we go back on the way up. But all the inputs and everything just feels so rally inspired and derivative. I've never driven a car like this. I wonder how like a WRX or STI, from what I drove with that, this is night and day in comparison. That motor has no revs to play with. It dies out on its face. And one thing with Subaru motors, which I don't appreciate, is once you hit red line, it just cuts. So you'll just lurch the car forward as you're stopping right at the top of the red line, which is super low for a car like that. I expect it to have more revs to play with in the rev range to have a better time with it, but that's just not the case. So let's give it some hell. Okay, rev match does a good job. Just got to give it a little time to catch. I'm sure there's a bit of rev hang with the car, but does not like to be rushed as well with the shifts as it's slowing down from there. Just could be due to the 3-cylinder motor doing its thing. But for a daily, I can see this just being so much fun. Like, so much fun, man. I think you're super happy. I doubt you regret your decision here with what this thing could do. As it is so much freaking fun. I wish you were joining us for the track that we had this weekend. So you could definitely be putting a hurt on some cars if you know how to wheel this thing properly.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna wait for next year so I can maybe get an alignment, put some camber bolts.
Yep.
So it's proper.
Yes. So I believe this car is also McPherson front, multi-link rear, like how a lot of modern BMWs are. But it does a great job in putting down really all the grip and power. I mean, that means we're camber limited, of course. So I want to make sure that we have enough camber to help not chew out these outer tires, sidewalls. But for a street sense and everything, I mean, what else could you really ask for or want? Little freaking rally car, man. I love it. It's just the turns. Of course, you guys know I'm a driver, not a straight line princess, and it just feels so right in these turns. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. I'm sure if you drop this car and put on some, coilovers or anything, it'd be even tighter in this vehicle. But what an experience, what a vehicle. For the price as well that you guys can get these for, you've got the secondhand used on the market. I think they're actually marked, once they drop a little bit, it's actually a very good deal for what you're getting. This is a straight Toyota bred vehicle and sports car, you could argue. So, oh man, I'm so happy for you, man. This is such an awesome car.
Thanks.
And thank you so much for letting me wring its freaking neck out. But we want to make sure that we don't pass, what is it, 85 miles an hour? 86. I think that's another point of contention too that people like to bash on and talk about, being the Toyota experience in dealers. I do think it's kind of in a bubble. Toyota sells a ton of cars, and you really gotta just maintain and make sure these cars are driven properly. I know a lot of folks think these are the tuner cars of the past, and we want to make sure that we're treating these things with respect. They're trying to get boost out of this motor. I think Toyota already eked out as much as they can reliably. They give you this crazy metric of 300 horsepower. So, I mean, you're playing with fire once you start modding this, and I really don't think you need that much. Like, generally, this car is so perfect and fun, tuned out of factory in the package. You go. So, man, I'm just stalling it.
Yeah.
This guy.
Low battery.
Oh.
That's fine. Yeah, 3,000 RPM, it only has 100 torque, so.
Yeah, you're right. I'm so used to bigger motor that you don't gotta, really lay on that throttle. Yeah, I haven't stalled in a while, so that's kind of nice and humbling. But, it's just that feeling clawing out of a turn, man. You just feel invincible.
Yeah, it's definitely way more confident than the Integra.
Yeah. That's just
stiffer.
the confidence you get.
Doesn't dive and squat as much.
Yep, you just feel flat as you're just hunkering through. Obviously, we're getting a little push here. It's a little wet, and these tires don't have, you don't have the most camber and everything to work with, so you do have to be a little careful. But it's not going to be, oversteer, throw you around, spin you around. Very safe at the limit with this current camber adjustment and setting. But man, I could be here all day, just keep talking about this machine. But I'm really excited to see how the Integra Type S will be. Oh, the IMT didn't go up.
They'll reset.
Oh, I apologize. Plenty of fun. I think as iDrive experience here with Experience Drive Connect, what are your thoughts on this guy?
Oh, I just use Android Auto, so never used their in-house GPS.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, we'll see how it goes, but I definitely want to say I give this car definitely a seal of approval. I know a lot of people are like, why would you spend so much on a Corolla? I just don't think they get it or understand what this car is. We do not have cars like this. So I really do appreciate Toyota for making something this cool, this inspired, and kind of just like the passion behind it. This feels like a special car. Like I have not driven anything that kind of feels like this on the road with this type of package. Like there's nothing like it. You could argue with the STIs and everything, but WRXs, but those are like long gone now. They're not even working on an STI package. The stuff they are pushing out is just nowhere near the same as what it was, and it kind of lost the plot and thought. This is a car for enthusiasts, built by, I'd assume, enthusiasts. I know there's always a limit and level of where you have to kind of pull things back. You know, the bean counter to the table saying, what can we afford to do and all, but for something that comes out like this, I mean, it's just so fun. Like, fun is the word. I've been itching for that again in a car, and it just does such a great job in giving you that sense of speed, that sense of confidence, and just a really, really comfortable and fun package. So, yep, there's that push I was talking about. So you got to be a little careful when you're going up and giving power. Tires can only do so many things: brake, turn, and give gas. So when you start mixing the three, it just gives up. But man, well, so I know you said you were looking at getting like another set of wheels. What's your like ideal spec and size for this guy if you were to change it up?
For my daily, I wanted like 17s by 8.5, which is stock width, but they're hard to come by. Tomorrow I might pick up a set of like 18s by 8.5 with pretty new Continentals. So
perfect. I love the DWS06s. They are great. Well, that's about wrap this up, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, if you guys want your car reviewed on the channel, please hit me up on Instagram. I appreciate you all very, very so much. So thank you guys again. If you're interested in one of these cars, have any questions down below, John will be there answering all the things you guys got to ask. I want to say thank you again so much, John, for giving me the opportunity, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Feroz Moto out.